Hey girls, Dita here, how you doing? Hey Annabelle, hey Cassie, and anybody else who happens to be listening to this. Well, I got my stuff out, making a loaf of bread, and this is the very beginning. I don't think you can see me other than my waistline, because I gotta have my camera shine on this stuff here. What you got going, honey? This is the book that, like, you have a copy of this, Anna. Breads from the La Brea Bakery by Nancy Silverton. And all that fun stuff. Maybe you've had a chance to look in the book, I don't know. On page 42, her French country loaf of bread, it's a basic loaf of bread as far as she's concerned, so that's what I've been following. I've had darn good success with it. So anyways, what I got going, I've already got the flour measured out. The net amount of flour weighs 1 pound, 1 ounce, and in other words, 3 1/4 cups of flour, okay? And so I'm just gonna put that in this bowl. It's your great-great-grandma's bowl, by the way. So there you go. And by the way, the type of flour I happen to be using, I really like, is this White Lily bread flour. And so all that fun stuff. Now, in regards to, I've got the flour in there. Now, what you need, that starter you have. You've got the Mediterranean, the San Francisco, the Italian, and another one. I forget which one it was. Oh, the South African. Okay, they all work very similar. They all have their own particular tastes. What I'm using today is the Mediterranean because I haven't used it yet. Okay, so what I did is, this is what I've been keeping my starter in the refrigerator. So they're not huge amounts. Nice little jar. Okay. I'll talk about that some other time. Anyways, but what I did is I took some of this out of this jar, I put it in here, and I put it in with 3/4 cups of water and 3/4 cups of flour. A little bit light on the water. I stirred the starter, the water, and the flour together, screwed the lid back on, and backed it off a little bit so it could breathe, and then just let that set out on the counter for overnight. 24 hours is fine, and then your starter is ready to go. What you're going to have, you will have this is 3/4 cups of starter, which is actually equal to, she has it down, 6 ounces of starter. Well, it comes out to 3/4 cups. Okay. When you do go to take it out of here, if you're measuring it by the cup, you want to take your fork or your spoon, and when you open it up, you would take your spoon, like let's say this was it, you'd kind of push it down, and you'd get as much of the air out of the starter as you can, because as soon as you open it up, it's all fluffy because it's full of air. You want to get rid of that air. So, got that done. I'm going to put that to the side. I'm going to put the starter to the side. That'll go back in the fridge, by the way. Also, to let you know, there was some extra starter left in this jar after I measured out my 3/4 cups. So I took that extra starter and I put it back in here because it's perfectly fine, ready to go for the next loaf. Now, I have my water measured out here. I've been liking to use the filtered water, not a necessity, but a nicety. They kind of indicate that the chlorinated water, different things, might hamper the yeast and bacteria. So it's nice to have it like that. What you got is, I'm going to take, as far as the amount of water, it's 9 ounces of cool water, which is like 1 cup and 2 ounces, or 1 cup and 2 tablespoons. I'm going to take that, I'm going to put that starter right in there. Kerplop, 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 come on, come on. Coax it along. Oh, you know what? I forgot to get out the wheat germ. I knew there was something I was forgetting. So anyways, so there's that. Get in there. I'm going to put that to the side. Let me go get that wheat germ. In her book, in her recipe in the book, she asks for 1/4 cup of raw wheat germ. Well, You can probably find it in New York. I can probably find it around here, I don't know where. So this is just your wheat germ from the grocery store that you find in the breakfast kitchen aisle, the breakfast food aisle. So there's basically a 1/4 cup. I'm going to put in a little bit more. Gathering, it adds a little bit extra flavor to it. I'm going to put it in there with the water and the starter and the wheat germ. I'm going to put that to the side. There's that. Now, oh, another thing is, her recipe in here does not ask for something called vital gluten. Cassie, you know what vital gluten is. It's that protein of the flour. Well, that's what this is. It's 4 teaspoons of vital gluten. I'm going to put that in here because for some weird reason, the protein, the gluten, the extra protein helps to kick up the ability of the flour to create more bubbles and a larger loaf of bread. Now, I'm going to take a fork. All I'm going to do is I'm going to stir this up like so. Come on. Da, 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 da. And right now it is February 5th, 2013. Kind of a cold day out. I'm going to go into a minute of music tonight. I wanted to get this done. So there's that pretty well mixed. What I did earlier, I had measured out flour, that white flour, and I put it in this bowl. I think I mentioned that earlier. So I've got it in this nice large bowl of your great-great-grandma's. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that starter mixture, I'm going to pour it right in there. Okay. As you've cooked before, you know it looks like one heck of a globby mess. Okay? Now, where's my little thing? I don't know where it's at. Got this one little gray paddle I really like to use. I don't know where it is right now. So I'm going to take this spoon here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to start stirring it up. I did wash my hands earlier, so when I start putting my hands in there, don't worry, they're clean. All I'm doing is I'm kind of mixing that up like so. Okay. Now, it's getting kind of hard to mix. You've probably seen different things on YouTube where they're making pizza dough. It looks like junk like this. You're like, oh my goodness, it's hard to work with. Well, yes and no. It's just part of it. So there's that. I'm going to move, by the way, if you happen to have a scale, like this is a Weight Watcher scale that I got for who knows why, because I don't do too well on Weight Watchers. Anyways, it's great for measuring out the foods if you want to. But I sent you the measurements on the proper amounts of flour and everything. Oh, by the way, on this vital gluten, it was 4 teaspoons of the vital gluten. Now, I'm going to go ahead, I really get a kick out of this little scraper here. It's just a piece of plastic, but it really works nice getting things cleaned out. Okay, so that's done. I'm not going to need that spatula anymore. Like I say, this thing really comes in handy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it to scrape the edges of the pot here. Now, if you go online, you're going to see a lot of people putting flour on the kneading surface. You can go ahead and do that, but I've come to find out, doing this recipe, you don't really need to do that.